What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's up? I'm Khepresh, creator of the Millionaires Crew Club. And tonight we got the incredible, intelligent, flyer sneaker rocker, my man Willie Marlow. And we're gonna just go right in. This brother's really dope, really low key. I've known him for some time.
Long time.
And I'm just really glad of the incredible man he's become. And we just gonna kind of go in. What's your name? Where you're from? Let's go.
Definitely. My name is Willie Marlow. I'm from Trenton, New Jersey. Right now, I'm currently in Atlanta, Georgia. Been in Atlanta for, man, I want to say ever since like 2001. Ever since graduated Trenton High, went to community college, then went to art school in Atlanta, and just stayed, man.
All
You
right.
know,
How was
uh,
that transition though, going from
um,
a small town like Trenton to a major city hub?
yeah, it was definitely different. Because I didn't visit before I came here. I just took a whim. I said, no what? I didn't want to go to any art schools up north. I didn't really want to be around, distractions. So I said, let me find a place where, I can, be myself, find myself, and also just focus. Atlanta's huge. It grew a lot since 2001 and it's still growing every day. It's just an awesome place. It's just one of the first places that I've been to that you see other African American people that's like successful.
Mm,
I remember when I first moved here, I said, "Mom, I'm seeing all these like the black girls in drop top Mercedes and Bentleys. Like, what's going on down here?" And
right.
she's like, "What?" I said, "Like, the black people here are so successful. Like, they got money, and being from Trenton, the only people we see with money are drug dealers.
Right, right, right.
Running around on your block, on your corner, your friends, like, and they didn't really have real money.
Right.
We thought they had money, but yeah. So I said,
Technically,
no,
they were like high-priced McDonald's workers at the end of the
yeah, you know what I mean? They might have a couple gold chains on, but you never really see them in their houses, anything like that.
right, right, right.
Moved to
And I'm talking
Atlanta.
about after the feds come or whatever, and you got to pay for
Exactly.
lawyers. It's like when you get McDonald's. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And it was just amazing to see that, to see, you go by, we did like a couple of tours. Oh, there's a Vander Holyfield mansion. Or, you just see these stars. And then you see regular people who were just, around you that was just doing it really big. And that was motivational for me. So I said, no what? I'm gonna make this home.
I like that. I like, like that's why I always tell people, we are next up for future generations,
Hmm.
right? Like we are what other young people see and go like,
Hmm.
I'm gonna go in that direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't
Yeah.
doing that direction. I'm going that
Hmm.
direction.
Yep.
I always tell people that, like, you need to
Yeah.
be dope because other people
Mhm.
watching your dopeness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
And
and people are witnessing your dopeness, and that's
yes.
making them want to do dope things too.
Hmm.
That's more productive than, let's just say, common hustling,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Like, common hustling should not be a primary.
Hmm.
It was always in the shadow, last resort kind of thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, so seeing other people who did it the right way with their talents,
Hmm.
it's definitely it's inspiring,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you basically just spoke on that on those words like precise, because I didn't know people were like really looking at me until like social media. You see people hit you up in your DM like, "Yo, man, you doing your thing." You're like, "Oh man, I know people were really like
Right.
watching me." It's kind of weird is we have young people or people your age like, "Oh man, like, yo, you like, all the spots, or you doing this and that, and or yo, I see you, man, you making moves." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I don't think about that. I just go by every day, and then you start hitting me DMs. You're like, "Oh man, people are really watching." So I gotta make sure I'm on my own,
Right,
piece of
right.
feet.
Keeps you on your square for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
It's humbling actually. It's very
Yes.
humbling.
Yes.
Like, wow,
Hmm.
wow, because we're just existing sometimes in our existence.
Yeah. That's
right?
true.
So in our own little bubbles, we're forgetting there's other bubbles sometimes around us looking, going
Hmm.
like,
Yeah,
oh, it
that's true.
fuse over, So I think that's the power of social media as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Like when you have those teens watching you,
Yeah.
tweens, and those young adults, and
Hmm.
you're going like, oh wow, you feel me like that? It was like, I like
Yeah.
that. And so basically what they're saying is their admirations for you is building what's already inside of them to come out. So we just
Hmm.
creating other dope people by practicing our dopeness,
Yeah, that's true, man.
ultimately, you know what I mean?
That's
So
true.
what inspires you to begin this career? Let's name your company, and
Yeah.
what made you want to start making these wallets and other leather garments that you
Yeah,
do?
definitely. Um, the company name is Brynmawrgoods. It's actually the street I grew up on in Trenton, New Jersey, 54 Bryn Mawr Avenue. And that name came to me because a lot of the fashion I've learned was in my grandmother's house from watching my uncles and watching TV there. Just seeing people around me because I'm really big into streetwear. So I said, you know what? Bryn Mawr, that sounds pretty dope. I like that. It hits home, it got a little ring to it. I got into actually leather goods. I was a Apple technician for the Apple store. And one day I didn't have any computers to fix. I said, no, let me go walk the floor. And you go in the Apple store, you got two sides, two walls, and on each wall they have accessories. And they're not there's some Apple brand accessories, but a lot were other brands. So I'm like talking to a friend, 15, 20 minutes, is watching everything. And it's just this is one backpack that people just kept taking off the shelves. And the person, it was called a runner who worked for Apple, they would have to restock. So I'm watching, and then in past like 10 minutes, I saw two backpacks leave the shelves, all black backpack. The runner came out, restocked them. And then like 5 minutes go by, someone else came to that same backpack and purchased it. I'm like, man, like what is going on with this backpack? So I said, no, let me go look and see what's good with it. So I walked to that section where they had the backpacks, the laptop sleeves, and things like that. When you buy a computer from Apple, they say, hey, you want to put it into like an accessory.
Right, right,
It's
right.
right there. You can just all in one shop. You want
Double
to
that
walk out.
sell too.
Exactly, and and it wasn't even an Apple branded accessory because they sell other brands. And this one brand was called Herschel. It's when they first came out, it's the backpack brand. And I walked up to it. I'm like, okay. I felt it was an all canvas backpack. The interior was red and white, like a weird little like a rayon or satin type of feel. But it looked easy to make. It was just simple, like a one zip oval with a front pocket. I was like, yo, why this backpack is selling? So I looked at the price, it was like maybe like $80. And I was like, I can make this, man. Like I'm looking, I'm like, I can make this low key. So
Right,
then
right.
I had got the iPhone 4, it was like a little small one, square. And in my mind, I said, no what? I wish I had like a wallet on this phone, or I could put my license and my credit card in.
Mm.
So I was in Atlanta. I had a homeboy that went to SCAD for fashion. And I went to him. I said, hey man, I'm trying to build a iPhone case, but put a credit card on it, or put like two slots on the outside of it. I said, hey, can you do that for me? He said, nah, but I got a friend that could probably do it. I met with this guy named Cam. He's a talented young brother, man, like beyond talented, man. He's from Chicago.
Shout out
Met
to
up with
Cam,
him.
the whole
Yeah,
Chi-Town. What up?
man, talented. And I said, hey man, I got money. I want to pay you to make a sample for me for this wallet. I sketched out what I wanted because I can draw a little bit. So I sketched out. I said, hey, this is like the front and back side of it. He said, cool, cool, cool. I'll work on it. So like a week later, he gave me the sample. I said, oh, this is dope. I said, yo, how you learn how to make this stuff? He said, man, I just learned, bro. He said, I have a sewing machine. I just learned. So what I did was after that, for I want to say that whole year,
Mm.
all I did was stay in the house after work and watch YouTube videos on how to hand sew and use a sewing machine, to the point that Christmas in 2012, my mom bought me a sewing machine. Yeah, so big as my mom and dad,
Shout
you
out to
know,
Mom
it's,
Dukes and
yeah,
Pops, you know.
yeah,
Rest
it's a
well,
singer.
Pops. I know
Yes,
Pop's so happy for you, man. So
yeah,
proud of you.
man. It was a singer sewing machine. I still have it, and you know, she was like, "You really want to do this?" She said, your grandma used to sew too." I said, "Oh yes, what's up? I remember that." And I learned that sewing machine. I would go over Cam house, watch him make things like bags and purses for people, and
Mm.
kind of learn, you know, where he get his leather from, learn where he get the material from, and learn how he did a hand sewing with 2 needles. I learned all that. I was either at his house with the other creatives in that house because they all was in college at the time,
Ah,
and
okay.
yeah, or I was at my house in the room. Because what happened, a lot of people will always want to collaborate with me with everything. Like, yo, Will, let's start a clothing brand. Let's do this. And one day I prayed, I said, God, please let me focus on one thing because I can't have 5 things going on right now. I'm not gonna get anything done. And ever since that, I just was go mode. Like it was to a point where I didn't talk to my friends. And you
Right.
can ask my friends now, like during that time period, they were like, where
Right.
you at? I wasn't on social media. He asked my fiance, I was in the room every day.
Hold on, Will. I want to just interject. Like,
Mhm,
what Will's talking about is having something called laser beam focus, right? A lot of the times, people try to be masters of everything and be called
mhm.
a master of nothing. And even
Yes.
though that's not the complete phrase, I'm just cutting it off to
Mhm,
state that we know a lot of people that
mhm,
are masters at everything. They do everything.
mhm,
Everything.
mhm.
Hey, you paint? Absolutely. You do this? Absolutely. They tend
Yeah.
to have like 8, 10 degrees and 8 different things, and they're still working at CVS. No disrespect to nobody that, but what I'm saying is you have to have laser beam focus,
Yes.
get great at something, and then you move on,
Yes.
right?
That's
But
totally it.
But that jumping around, we are not
Mhm.
octopuses. There's a reason why
Yeah.
we go one foot after the other, one
Mhm,
arm swing after the other. It's
mhm.
just very important. So I want to get that point out what he's speaking about and just a very short 2 words, 3 words, laser beam focus. All right,
Yes.
well, continue.
And that's the focus because you meet people, like you said, I meet because well, okay. I went to school for video production. So I shot a lot of music videos in Atlanta early on. So I was meeting people and you know, seeing what they wore as well. So it came to a point where I got confident to like, okay, I want to show my stuff. So I made like a leather camouflage keychain, right?
So,
Had it on my hip, take my keys, I lay it on like a on my desk at work, and people come by and say, "Yo, what's that?" I said, "Yo, I make these. They're like the little keychains. Like, yeah, I want one." The whole Apple store had them. Like everybody had them. So I said, "Okay, that's dope." People were reacting. Then one day, I made like a little backpack. You know, not one day. It took me like 4 months, but when
yo,
it was
people,
done,
he handcrafting all of this. I want you to
oh
be
yeah,
clear out here.
yeah,
They saying he not sending nothing to Alibaba.
nah,
He not
mm-mm.
going through Printful.
I
He not
manufactured like
no. This is handcrafted. Got his own
yeah,
studio. This is why this
mhm,
is major, right? You
yeah,
talking about um Brynmawrgoods eventually, the goal ultimately will be to be up there with the Louis Vuittons, especially
definitely.
it's like craftsmanship and stuff like
Mhm,
that. You know what I mean?
mhm,
So definitely be on the lookout, but you're getting handcrafted stuff. I can't
mhm.
state that enough. Like
Yeah,
I want to know we only do fly stuff.
yeah.
And he
Like
doing a handcraft and ain't nothing fly than handcrafted anything.
I'm glad you made that point and cleared it up. Appreciate that
No
because people
doubt.
don't understand. They don't really don't understand. They think it's being sent to China. I'm like, nah,
Right,
I
right,
can
right.
make one right now for you if you want me to.
Right,
You
made
know.
in Cambodia, made in Pakistan.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. I
Nah,
mean, yeah, nah, we doing this by hand to where my when I'm done sewing, my hand is like this, it's cramped up
see that?
because sometimes you just it's nonstop. But yeah, so from there, made the backpack. I went to work, put it on the coat hanger. I went back into my room where I was fixing computers, me and some guys, and I was hearing people like, yo, who backpack is this? I ain't say anything. I ain't even come out to see who it was. But
Right.
people kept having conversations. you know. So finally I came out, I said, yeah, I made this my first one. They were like, yo, this is really good. I said, yeah, it took me a while. They're like, yo, you on to something. So I was making products to kind of see how people would like react to it, you know, and that's how Brynmawrgoods came to formation, was just from there. And like I said, that focus. Sometimes you have to you know, not be around people, stay in the house, you know, to grind and focus. I mean, like you said, laser beam focus. That's what it was.
Right, man. That's an incredible story, bro. That's an incredible story, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sharing that, and I
Yeah.
hope that motivates others. Like sometimes, when you're developing your skill, whether it's a product or physically development,
Mhm.
you got to work in the shadows. You got to do your due diligence in the shadows, and
Yeah.
everything can't be about the. I think people, we always put the cart before the horse. We put the money before the skill. That's why a
Yeah.
lot of people don't last at what they do. You see, he
Mhm.
was just creating, honing his skill, and then giving people samples.
Yep.
Right? It's like me starting in the fitness industry. Yo, I stretched the entire gym
Yeah.
for like free.
That's what's up.
Man, man, just free. Yo,
Yeah.
come here. You done just to talk and explain my skills,
Yeah.
right? And that helped me hone my
Mhm.
skills too. And what I'm
Yeah.
saying is we can't put dollars before skill. It's the skill.
Mhm.
Skill is the horse that'll keep you going
Yeah.
when nobody sees your dream. And then the dollars come. That's your card that allows you to, travel further. And I just wanted to put that out there for the way,
No, yeah. No,
you
definitely.
express that.
Yeah.
Um, next, what two books? What would be your two favorite books, and why should other people read them?
My uncle put me on years ago to a book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. And it was a cool read. It was pretty, you know, informative. I've learned about more of investing, and or just even the idea of investing, you know, the idea of having that mind state to be like, you know what, I got an extra $1,000, like maybe I should put this in something,
Right.
you know. And not saying I'm a big investor, no, I'm not, you know. I have Apple stock, and I have, you know, I'm into the crypto and all that stuff like that, but I'm not like spending, you know, like 20K, you know, on stocks and anything like that. No, it's not like that. But if I was to cash out some things, that, you know, it can help, you know. But I let,
Absolutely.
yeah, you know, it just like, you know, the older you get, you don't, like I said, I'm a big sneakerhead, but I'm getting older now, and I don't even care about it no more. Like, you know, like if I see something I like, I'll get it, you
Yeah,
know.
everything
But
runs
I'm
its
not,
course. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not waiting in lines, or I'm not doing that, man. I'm almost 40 years old. I love fashion. I love selvage denim jeans, you know.
Right. Right.
But sometimes I'm like, man, I don't want to spend 450 right now. I mean, I could use that 450 go something else. You know, like I'm getting to that point. I'm at that point in life where, nah, I'm not doing that. So I think that book just gave me a different look on the future of yourself as far as investments, and you know, and maybe the idea of looking to like other things besides your 401k,
Oh,
you know.
absolutely, absolutely. I think that's very brilliant. And like Will is saying, it don't take a lot. Like everybody sometimes hits me up in the DM. Oh, I want to start investing. I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna study Robinhood. I'm gonna study stash. I'm just
Mhm.
like, yo, set it up, put the money in there, and get to go.
That's
Like,
it. You know, just start it.
what are you studying? Like,
Yeah.
come on, stop
Yeah.
this. Like,
Because guess what? They're studying, but while they're studying, they ain't putting no money in there.
put no money in
Like,
it.
just
So
do it.
your money already losing money.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy because
Yeah.
inflation has went up this year, folks. This is the highest
Yes.
inflation has been before me
Man.
and Will was born. That's
Hmm.
40 years ago. I think like 40, 42 years ago.
Yep.
Inflation is the highest it's ever been in like 40 to 42 years.
That's true, man. That's true.
And so
Um,
therefore, meaning inflation went up by 6.7%. So that means if you had a 3 or 4% raise at your job, you're still below.
mhm.
Aha! That's
Yeah.
what inflation means when you're
And
done.
and and you mentioned that because my I do have a day job, and you know, we did get a raise, but you
Ain't
know,
nothing because of
it is what
inflation.
it is. Thank you, but okay. But I mean, and then also with that book, I would like to tell even young people, you know, to start start investing in yourself. You know, that's one of the major things, man. I just wish that my parents told me about investing or, saving more money back in the day, or just, just more financials. I just didn't get that growing up.
I think maybe they did, but they didn't practice it, so we didn't take on to it.
Yeah, because I was told to save money. That's it.
Right? But not they didn't teach us, like they didn't give a why. You know,
Exactly.
I think,
Yeah.
'cause I know your parents, they were dope, like my parents, but they just didn't give that why. So we
Yeah.
didn't understand it. Like they would
Yeah.
just say random things, you gotta save for a rainy day. And you
Yeah.
going like
Yeah.
this. Man, I'm 16. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And instead of going like, nah, put your $10 or $20 out of
Exactly.
your fast food or stock room check
Hmm.
into McDonald's or something,
Yeah. That's
right?
exactly.
That would have
Yeah.
made more sense. And then it would have been like, oh, and then your money would grow and you
Yeah.
don't have to do nothing.
Just imagine.
Instead of just saying, yo, save for a rainy day. Like we
Yeah, like, just imagine if we would have had like $500 back in the day to buy Amazon stock, to where at 500 right now, like,
well, we
bro,
did that
like,
back in 96 or whatever.
even 99.
Yeah, if we did that
Yo,
in 99
like,
or 2000,
I'm just
I
saying,
our universe we're being castles overlooking an ocean cliff.
man,
But
man.
I think too, what got me into investing or always keeping an eye out for investing was my father. He would always tell me the story how he had a super lot of money just chilling. My pop's
Mhm.
old school. He kept money in the freezer, stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Like 20 grand in the freezer. He like that era. And somebody, I guess they used to do the stocks with the
Mhm.
papers back then, like
Yeah.
what you
Mhm.
want.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, I had like 15 grand or whatever he told me at the time, just sitting. And this guy wanted me to invest in something called Apple.
Ah,
So now I want you to think about that.
mm.
Just fly. It was literally, I think he said like maybe a quarter to 75 cents a share.
Oh, man. Mm.
Yeah.
That
And that,
hurts.
and that
Oh,
never that never left my psyche. That's why I think it's
mhm.
very important as like whether you're a parent or an uncle, you always tell the next generation that thing that you be like, man, I wish I would have did that.
Yeah. I can imagine
And
just,
because that stuck with me. And that's why when I met, my clients that got me into investing, I was like a
mhm.
sponge. I was taking it all in because
Yeah.
I'm learning from like people who worked at Goldman Sachs and
Mhm.
guys executive at BlackRock. So like they sitting
Yeah.
down and they're schooling me on
Mhm.
certain things. And I was like a sponge
Yeah.
because I knew what my father told me, and I didn't want to miss out or
Mhm.
whatever, on the next thing, on the next wave,
Yeah.
which is like crypto and metaverse stuff and Tesla
Mhm.
and Amazon will still have a strong run and things of that nature. And we know
Yeah.
things like Coca-Cola and Pepsi isn't going nowhere.
Mhm.
There's
Yeah,
Microsoft
definitely.
and Google, like so that way you can get some key stuff. So your portfolio is pretty dope. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I never forget that. Shout out to my pops for letting me know about that, and shout out to our parents for to attempting to push
Yeah,
us in the direction, and might not
definitely.
have been able to state it in their knowledge that they had at the time.
Definitely, definitely.
You know what I mean? So what's the
Yeah.
second book? I haven't enriched that, poor
Um,
dad.
the second book is something, just, it's not, ain't not anything serious. It's called Start Your Own Fucking Brand. And
Okay.
it's by a brand called Nudie. They make jeans. They're like a denim company. And it
Okay.
basically kind of gives you like the startup of starting your own brand. Like what they went through. They took losses, a lot of losses to
Mhm.
gain that win. They were all about creating the process of dyeing indigo, a more a healthier way and a more way for, that's more environmental friendly as well. So I
Mhm.
thought it was a good read. And I think, people should read that book just to understand that you're going to take some L's. You're going to spend money and waste money on yourself and your brand or wherever you're starting. Like, don't worry about that. You will lose money, but if you
Is it a
keep,
loss or just an investment that doesn't get that gets returns a lot later?
oh yeah, so it might
Right.
be, yeah. So yeah, because it will come later. It definitely will come. You start making that money back. But I know a lot of people say, man, I can make wallets. I said, okay, word, well, go ahead. It's a place over here you can get all the equipment. They'll do it within a week and they stop. Why you stop? Man, it's expensive, man. I was messing up the leather and the tools cost so much money. I said, yeah, so it's not easy,
Right.
Like, I mean, we think we can do everything, but nah, this is not like a game. So,
I want to jump in with like it's crazy that you say that like that. Like everybody think it's just a hustle or a quick come up.
yeah, and it's not that.
It's not that.
It's not. It's. I haven't had a quick come up. I'm still like, I'm not even. My brand is not where it should be today. Still, I'm just still. I'm getting into purses now. Years later, like crafting these purses, like these duffel bags by hand, understanding like, man, in the future, should I go the manufacturing route because I? Can't keep making these by hand.
Or you can
Um,
have like you just hire, like 10 people, or you just
exactly.
drop, or in your case, it's Brynmawrgoods. So
Mhm.
there should only be a certain number, right? That way you can
Yeah.
number your
Mhm.
thing so it stops like false brands,
Yeah,
right? Like
definitely.
what is that? Bootlegging.
Yeah.
Because if you don't
Yeah.
have a pattern number, just putting an idea
Mhm.
out for you, like they don't got
Mhm.
that patent number,
Yeah.
or you make a certificate that come with it.
Yeah. Signed, numbered.
Sign,
Yep.
boom, stample, like Notary Republic, whatever.
It's only gonna be
I think
20 of these in the
that'd be
world.
dope. Like, yeah, it'd be like 20 in the world, and
Mhm.
because this is your passion, so you putting out the flyers of your genius on that
Yeah.
particular product line, and then
Mhm.
that's it. And then
Yeah.
that
That's
way
true.
too, I think is a great way for you to keep your ingenuity and your genius going.
Mhm.
So you're always being creative. So one year
Yeah.
you just do like duffel bags. Next year, and you
Yeah.
literally just dropping like 22 or like 40,
Yeah.
and that's it.
One they done.
It's done. And then that
Yeah.
way your company's grown and blooming and you made profit, and then you can
Mhm.
keep your genius. I think a
Yeah.
lot of brands run out of genius
Yeah.
because
That's true.
they're shooting to be billionaire companies, which is good, but to be
Mhm.
like a dope millionaire company
Mhm.
is dope too. And people getting
Mhm.
like authentic, straight, basically straight out the horse's mouth and hands,
Yeah.
utility. And I just,
Mhm.
I wish that for you.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, man.
No, no
Thank you.
doubt,
Thank you.
no doubt.
You know,
I'm like a visionary. I be like seeing it in my mind in real time.
Also one more thing. It's not a book. It's a TV show that I think everyone should watch. How to Make It in America.
Word. What cable or
Man, it
yes?
came out years ago. It came out years ago. You could probably just do a Google search
How to make it
and
in
it,
America?
How to
Okay,
Make It in America, and it that motivated me.
I like it.
That TV show motivated me. Like, I would watch it even when the season was done. I still go back to it now and watch it. To gain motivation again. Because sometimes we lose motivation.
Right.
We lose it, and we need something to bring it back. So, I think people should watch that if they want to start a brand or a business. It kind of it's a humbling experience, and it's a real strong effect. So it's dope.
That's dope, man. Peace to you for that jewel right there. What would you tell your 18-year-old self?
Man, I would tell my 18-year-old self to definitely don't be afraid to do things. When I was 18, I was always worried about people would say about me, or worried about, my actions and how they would take it. If I was to wear these jeans, if I walk around the corner, would they clown me? If I was to draw on these boots, would they be like, oh, you corny? I was always worried about that. but don't worry about it. Do what you want to do, and don't have people stop you. There's a lot of stoppers out there, you know, a lot of people that's hating, you know. And when you're young, you think that these people are your friends, but overall, they're not. You know, I will also tell myself if I was 18 to, you know, definitely work, you know, save your money to invest and to start your brand or start whatever you want or wherever you want to go. Travel, man. If I was 18 right now, well, not during COVID these days, but like a couple of years, I would have definitely traveled more, man. Honestly, I think being young and traveling is amazing because you don't have any kids, maybe you don't have any responsibilities. You can take your paychecks and just go. You know, I think traveling. I went to India. My job sent me to India for a month.
Right,
That
right.
humbled me like crazy. When I came back, I'm not complaining about anything. These people over there are walking around with no shoes on, smiling, having fun, joking around. You
Wow.
know, so definitely, man.
Yeah, I agree with that. That was key, you know. That's how I spent my youth or whatever. I could have had a lot more if I stayed in like engineering, you know, like
Mhm.
being a mechanical engineer, but that wasn't the goal or the passion, but to,
Mhm.
you know, make that bread and just travel, you know, go through like 42 states and just meet people all over and
Yeah,
be in
yeah.
Colombia and just
Take pictures and memories. You know.
right, right, and just like what traveling does is allows you to realize that we thought we had it bad maybe because of the maybe the violence or the adrenaline pace of where we're
Yeah,
from.
yeah,
But when you travel and you see real poverty and have to shower with rainwater,
yeah.
and everybody got to share a meal, you
Hmm.
know, like your plate look like this
Hmm.
over there, like your plate is your plate, and then it's a small amount. It's like the perfect proportion.
Yeah,
Um, I just think like, yeah, but it doesn't steal their joy. Like they're still able to
yeah,
keep their heart. So they're
yeah.
really rich people. So
Hmm.
um, we're defining poverty as just lack of material, not poverty of
Exactly.
the spirit. Because sometimes we live in a very wealthy nation, and
Hmm.
people have a lot of material things,
Yes,
and but their poverty is their, you know, their spirit or their
yeah.
essence is poor.
That's
Because
true.
nothing but just
Yeah,
resource. So
and yeah.
they are depressed and unnecessarily anxiety and a lot of other things that's of the mind. And not saying those things
Mhm.
don't happen because life happens, but what I've been observing living in this capitalistic country, which is good
Mhm.
because capitalism just basically defines as everything is for sale.
Yeah.
That's what that basically means. So just in short,
Even if it's good or bad.
even if it's good or bad, because
Like, you know?
all money legal in America.
Mhm. Yeah.
$10,000 from the drug lord or $10,000 from a stock investment, we can both
Mhm.
still go in the store and buy the same thing. Nobody's gonna go like, "Hey, that's dirty money." No,
Yeah.
all money's legal in America. It's
Mhm.
just, you know, how you get it that
Yeah.
matters. Do you want to walk around looking over your shoulder, or do you want to just kind of walk with like a focus on what you want to
True.
do? You know what I mean? So that's the beauty of travel. It really lets you know that, you know, human beings can still be very beautiful people, very loving people, very family orientated people,
Mhm.
and lack material means. And then people can have material means and have none of that.
Yeah.
So you gotta pick. Some of us, not all of us, but some of us will have to pick which path.
Yeah, it's true.
And some people will have the best on one and then good on other, or just good on both. And that's called life, and that's called living, and that's the nature of existence.
Mhm.
So yeah, yeah,
Yeah, man.
that's dope. What does legacy mean to you, Will?
Um, Honestly, the continuation of giving your family something that's gonna be beneficial. Um, you know, the continuation of your family name or your name, your spirit, maybe 50 years from now, or no, I'm sorry, 150 years from now, my name could still be around. You can still say, "Oh man, you got a Brynmawr wallet? Man, I haven't seen that. Oh wow!" Or if I have kids, they'll be able to take over the business and maybe want to keep it going. I think that's what legacy is to me.
That's dope, man. Salute to you for that. Well, I got a bonus question for you.
Okay.
Bonus question.
All right.
Hot seat question. Hot seat question.
Oh man.
Hot seat question. If you had to do a playlist for your funeral to give out to people, what would be your 10 songs if you wanted to present?
Ooh.
Oh, let's go.
Ah,
Let's sit on
man.
that. Yeah.
Actually,
Or maybe not songs, artists.
oh,
Artists.
artists. Oh
Artists. Let's
man.
do artists. Songs, Mike, because you'd be like, oh man, I don't know. I might want to jump off with the fantasy from Earth, Wind,
Well,
and Fire.
well,
Man,
well.
what
I'm gonna already name three artists,
I
the
mean?
three top artists. We all know this: Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas.
All right, cool. That's three.
I'm gonna have to go with this is hard because there's so many. They're okay. Artists could be a group. A Tribe
Yeah,
Called
could be a
Quest.
group. Could be a group.
A Tribe Called Quest.
All right.
I'm gonna have to go with I'm gonna have to go with um can I do current state as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
You can do it whatever. This is your playlist that you gonna have given now.
okay,
If you were to
Griselda.
get out of here today, this is the
Oh,
playlist.
today? Oh, well, man.
Playlist.
Hopefully I'm not, but
Nah, we
we're gonna
good.
go
We
with
live long and strong.
Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. We're gonna do Freddie Gibbs.
Okay.
We're gonna do Tyler the Creator.
All
We're
right.
gonna do Griselda. I'm gonna add in Solange.
Okay.
I'm gonna add in Bad Bad Not Good.
All right.
Um, I'm gonna also let's see who else. I'm gonna add in today. You know what? I'm gonna add in my boy Kendrick.
All right.
I'm gonna add my boy Kendrick. Where I'm at? I got one more. I think.
I
There might be
think you
one more.
said, I mean, because you named the Tribe Called Quest, so that's 10.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can
And
add some bonus, throw some bonus in there.
bonus is gonna be Little Brother.
All right.
And I think what I'm gonna do. This is my last one.
All right.
I'm gonna do Ahmad Rashad.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's a dope list, brother. That's a dope list. It's funny you mentioned Tyler Creator. I was just listening to his Lumberjack song, Rolls Roll Full Up, for
Yeah.
a hop out. Shout out, yo,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, yo, son was really, he was rocking.
Yeah.
He was rocking. Like, I ain't
I
really,
think
yeah.
I like him because he is happy with himself. He is who he is. I've been listening to him for years now, and he's a funny guy, and he just don't care.
Yeah, I only got put on to him because a client of mine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, I was like, "Where?" He's like, "Yeah, you gotta check out my man."
Yeah.
And then he played something, I think, from not this album, but the one with the pink in the backdrop.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
like earthquake and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I was like,
Igor, the Igor album.
Igor,
Yeah.
yeah. And I was like, oh yeah. He's like, yeah, so check my man out. And that's how I got put on to him. Like that through one of his mutual friends and peers. So
Right. These good people.
shout out to them, and if they cool with my my client, my people, they obviously he a good dude. I never met him, but I'll probably run into him for sure.
Definitely.
Well, give the people your company's website, the name again, the IG here. Let's
Yeah,
go.
definitely. Yeah, Brynmawrgoods.com, BRYNM as in Mary, AWR goods.com. The Instagram is at Brynmawrgoods, BRYNMAWRGOODS. And you can go to the website. I have some items up right now, a couple wallets, but 2022 is bigger items, bigger wallets, bigger bags. Everything's gonna be big for 2022. So we're working on a lot. And I do have a business partner, one of my close friends I went to college with. I taught him how to, kind of sew and get tools, and now he's making wallets too. So brought him on board, and
Each one teach one for sure.
yeah, yeah. So he's like my brother. His name is Aaron Owens. So he's definitely part of the movement as well. But yeah, we got the wallets, with the all good leather with the snap. We
I bring it
got
more over this way. Re-show the wallet again. Bring it over. Other way. Other way. Other direct. Yeah, right there. Yeah, yeah. That's where it is. Yeah. Good. Perfect.
we got the
Ooh, that's
iPad
clean. That's
cases.
pretty.
This is the iPad case.
Bring it over to. Yup. There you go. See
So
that,
you
folks?
basically you slide your iPad in here, and you just go about your business. This is a navy tumble blue leather from Italy.
Nice.
Majority of our leathers come from Italy. We go through a supplier that's here in Atlanta that goes to Italy and bring back leather. So I mean, you can smell this stuff from here. I'm right now.
And the
It's beautiful.
finest.
The finest. Yeah, we don't lack on that. That's one thing about it. Like, I'd rather give you a product that's going to last and charge you a good price instead of me giving you cheap stuff that's going to break down. So
I love it. I love it, brother. So, salute to you.
thanks, man.
And
Appreciate you, man.
man, it's an honor to have you. Hey world,
Thank
I
you.
am Khepresh for the Millionaires Crew Club. Thank you for rocking out with me and my brother Will. Make sure to check out Brynmawrgoods and just support what is dope. You know what I mean? Support dope people. And that's all what we got for you tonight. Peace.